It's the Heat in Miami as we bring you an Eastern Conference contest live from the Miami American Airlines Arena. Week rolls on. Thanks for taking a break with us here at 2K Sports. Another NBA broadcast for you. We welcome you. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and the sharpshooter Steve Kerr. The Hawks here looking to pick up one on the road before returning to Atlanta. They've been picking up some steam, and if they can play this well all season, they'll be in excellent shape.
This is really a good team, Kevin. I mean, not only is it a good team, but it's a fun team to watch, and it's really nice to see them put it all together. This is a fun basketball team and a really good one as well.
Well, they've grabbed a lot of people's interest lately for sure. We're hearing a lot of talk about them, and it's all for the right reasons. Between the fans, the media, they're getting plenty of attention, and they deserve it. They're a good squad.
Looking for the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Brought to you by State Farm. Heinrich and Johnson in the backcourt. Williams and Smith are in there at the forward positions. And it's Horford at the 5 spot. And for Miami, LeBron and Bosh are the 3 and the 4. Chalmers and Wade are the 1 and the 2. And it's Haslam in at the center. And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Backing down is LeBron. Clock at 6. A baseline J. No good. So the Hawks will take it the other way.
I thought acquiring Kirk Heinrich last season was a great pickup for Atlanta. He gave them a major upgrade defensively at that point guard position. And, of course, Kirk can also slide over and play the 2.
The shot by Johnson, no good. And here are the Heat now. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Well, they put the hammer down on the D in that game. But they dominated throughout. They ran roughshod over them offensively.
Yeah, at that end of the court, Steve, I thought they had it pretty easy. But a lot of that came from their own hard work and the energy that they created.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Larry Drew. And Doris, what'd you find out?
It's their first meeting with the Heat this season, and he knows what that means. A healthy dose of LeBron and Dwayne Wade. He feels they have the system in place defensively to deal with those two, but that even so, if either of them gets hot, they have the ability to break down any kind of defense.
Thank you, Doris. Speaking of Kirk Heinrich out of Kansas, a defender, the teams really need a guy who can put up some resistance. He is truly the tip of the spear and the head of their defense.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, with all the athletic point guards you see in the league now, a guy like Heinrich is really valuable. Even though he's not that athletic, he's got excellent discipline defensively and really good footwork.
Johnson outside, lets it fly, and it's Haslam with the rebound.
Tough miss. I mean, not much defense. He had a really good look at the hoop.
Now, here's Chalmers. 9 points last game. LeBron dishes to Chalmers. Wade working on Horford. Here's Haslam, and it's Johnson with the rebound.
Foster was in a really odd and tough position last season. Never before had there been a bigger free agent talent swing, and he was tasked with getting 3 huge superstars to mesh as a unit. He's done a nice job.
Nice shot by Smith.
You know, he can actually be dominant inside. I mean, it's impossible to push him around on the low block.
Now Chalmers. Here's Haslam. The kick out to LeBron. He kicks it to Chalmers. Haslam, a screen on Heinrich. Here's Chalmers. Outside Bosh. Working on Williams. Bosh kicks to Chalmers. Guarded by Heinrich. Wade from outside. And again, it's the Heat missing. Back to Spoelstra because he was the first coach, Steve, to deal with that much talent. He had some very unique situations pop up along that road.
Well, he sure did, Kevin, and he had to coach that team under a microscope all season long. And the basketball world was watching, and that Miami team went through some ups and downs. But in the end, I think Eric Spoelstra did a fantastic job, and he looks to be one of the bright young coaches in this league.
Now here's LeBron. Drops in the layup for 2. LeBron's now got his first 2 points. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
boy, they got hot from 3-point range in that game. And that's really what gave them some distance with that lead.
You know, Steve, knowing your history in the game, I know you love to see shooting like that.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Eric Dampiers checked in for Haslem. And Ilgauskas subbed in for Chris Bosh. And then for Atlanta, Crawford comes in for Joe Johnson. And it's Teague in for Kirk Heinrich. Here's Teague. Crawford outside. Outside Williams. Latrey. And the ball goes out of play and able to keep it in. Now let's take a look at the most efficient scorers in the NBA from last year's campaign. If you look at Al Horford, you know what you're going to get from him day in and day out.
Well, I tell you what, this guy probably did not want the season to come to an end the way he was shooting the ball. He wanted to keep going.
Chalmers passed away. Shoots. Well, three-pointers right on target. Wade's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now Teague. Back to Smith. Covered by Ilgauskas. Nice shot by Smith.
He clearly had the speed advantage there, and he used it to burn the D for the sweet hoop. Nice play.
And here is Chalmers. LeBron, that's a two-pointer. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Heat. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter.
Well, you knew Miami would be a new big power in the East with the big three in tow. They didn't disappoint, blowing right by their conference win total from the prior season.
So with LeBron on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Chris Bosh and Ilgauskas in the middle. D-Wade out there with House, and it's Jones in at the three. Here's Teague, covered by Ilgauskas. Teague can't hit. Yeah, Clark, what you were saying before, the Heat before LeBron and Bosh won 32 games in all, but with them on board, they won 38 games. Steve, very nice number.
Yeah, and that 38 was only bested by the Bulls' 39 Eastern Conference wins. So Miami really handled its business well last year. You can't just get a hand up. You've got to anticipate what he's doing before he shoots.
Horford backing in. And Bosh picks him up defensively. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Al Horford got a nice big extension from the Hawks, Kevin, going into last season. And I think he earned every penny of it. He had his best pro season yet.
And the first one drops. I like that note there on Horford, Clark. He's a terrific player, deserved the money. No drastic changes either in his numbers after the big contract signed. Steve, just a steady improvement in every facet.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the career highs in field goal percentage, free throw percentage, assists, points. I mean, he's really developed into a rock-solid power forward, kind of an old-school power forward. He just does a little bit of everything down there.
Here is House. Wade outside. The shot is off, so the Hawks will take it the other way. This game against Miami here, their first look at the Heat.
And in last year's season series, things did not go their way.
Crawford with the ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against Dallas. The shot no good.
He lost his focus there, guys. That's a shot he should make.
Here is House. And Bosh backs down. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. A different look for Miami. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Ilgauskas. LeBron comes in for James Jones, and Mike Miller subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Then for the Hawks, Josh Smith, he's checked in for Horford. Williams comes in for Damian Wilkins, and it's Heinrich in for Jeff Teague. Outside, House, and a great assist by Miller as that one goes in. He has 7, and both teams really in the upper echelon of the conference. It's an important matchup this year.
Well, Kevin, they're battling for supremacy in the conference. There's going to be some heated battles between these top-tier teams. Only got a half step on this man, but that's all he needed when he ran off the pick. And as a result, able to finish the layup. That's nicely done.
Now here's LeBron. 37 points in the win against Philadelphia. Now here is Haslam. And it's blocked.
Well, you look at Atlanta's team makeup last year, and it was similar to previous seasons. Very talented front court, some strong wing players, but nobody really running the show. And that was one of the reasons they traded for Kirk Heinrich at midseason.
Williams lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, now it's just a 3-point Heat lead. And here are the Heat. It's a 3-point game. Back to Atlanta. They haven't had a controlling point guard in quite some time, Clark. You know, we've heard Steve talk about Heinrich. Good pickup. They may still be looking for a little bit more.
Yeah, I think you may be right. Eventually, it always seems to catch up to them not having that elite, premier point guard type. They played well in the postseason without one, but they'll need a true floor general to become great to take that next step.
A couple of years ago, they had that high pick, and they could have chose
Chris Paul, CP3. I remember that.
And went another direction.
He's got so many ways to hurt you. I mean, he is really an offensive force out there.
Heinrich dishes to Johnson. Backing down is Pachulia. Heinrich outside. He feeds it to Pachulia. The jump hook. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
Larry Drew was brought into Atlanta and wanted to help boost the defense, but it seemed to go the opposite direction, quite honestly. Could just be a transitioning phase, but if it isn't, that has to be worrisome going forward to the Hawks fans.
So it's Miami now. After the basket by Atlanta. Fires from the wing. And another basket for Miami.
He's done a nice job, a great job actually, of finding efficient shots here in the second. Shooting percentage always a function of the kinds of shots you get. And he's on a good roll after struggling a bit in the first.
Now here's Heinrich. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Johnson against Chalmers. Shot clock at 5. Johnson had him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. Now, Clark, the Hawks didn't really go the right direction on defense under Larry Drew, and Steve, that kind of surprised me.
Well, they did step it up in terms of being defensive-minded in the playoffs last year. And I think that was important because you're right, Kevin, that they weren't great defensively in the regular season under Drew, but you know, sometimes it takes time for a roster and players to figure out exactly what a coach is looking for.
Chalmers against Heinrich. Joe Johnson on the wing. Takes a 3, and a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. That's 7 points for Johnson. Here's Miami now. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. And that'll be the third of the 4 straight at home. LeBron outside. Over Wilkins. No good on the buzzer beater. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into half.
Happy Tuesday to you, and welcome to 8. Detroit with a loss to the Pacers.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Boy, the Hawks came into the postseason last year as the 5 seed and really weren't given too much of a chance, but they turned some heads against the Magic.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Larry Drew. Smith and Horford at the 4 and the 5. Heinrich and Johnson in the backcourt. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. Now here's LeBron. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got his 4th assist in this one. Well, back to the Hawks. They kind of backed into the postseason, losing, Steve, their last 6 regular season games.
Well, it shows sometimes that the regular season may not make any difference once the playoffs start. And I think Atlanta really caught fire in that first round against Orlando, won the series, and then gave Chicago some problems too.
Shoots from the baseline. LeBron grabs the miss.
Really good work defensively. This coach has to be happy with his team.
Yeah, forcing that miss right there. Great effort.
Right side Bosch. He dishes it to Chalmers. He passes to LeBron. On deep. And again, LeBron missing.
And LeBron's numbers last season really slipped in the early part of the year as he tried to adapt to his new teammates and his new surroundings. But as the season went on, he became more and more effective. And that was one of the reasons he ended up with a career high in field goal percentage, right around 51% from the floor.
The Heat with the lead, and the Heat call time here. Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. LeBron James second, the fourth spot held by Dwayne Wade.
Well, these two guys both were phenomenal last year, and either one would be a guy you want to make sure he gets the ball, especially late in a game that you want to win.
Smith against Bosch. LeBron kicks to Chalmers. He's picked up by Heinrich. On the wing, Dwayne Wade. 6 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. Here's Bosch. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Bosch has got his second basket. Going back to what Steve was talking about with LeBron, if he's being more efficient, Clark, with the ball, I don't think he is too concerned with his numbers, with his totals.
Kevin, that's one of the beauties of LeBron James's game to me. He's interested in playing the game of basketball at the highest level. If that means giving it to another player who's open, he's fine with that. If that means taking shots, he's fine with that. I love the fact that he's comfortable in who he is and is not worried about what other people think he should be doing.
The jump hook. Johnson can't get it to go.
Good percentage shot, though. That's one they'll take any day of the week.
LeBron passes to Haslam. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And it's a 5-point Heat lead.
It's been all about ball movement here. Great passing.
Yeah, anytime you've got an unselfish team, the ball will find the open player.
Powell dishes to Johnson. Goes up the baseline. And Johnson missing again.
Well, when you think of Miami and the Heat team, you immediately think of the firepower of the big three. But last season, their defense was really good. In fact, they were second in the NBA in both opponents' field goal percentage and overall rebound differential.
Bosch can't get it to go.
Well, that's definitely a good look. I mean, the defense can't be that relaxed. I mean, they got there and expect him to miss consistently from there. He's too good.
Now here's Johnson. 7 points in the game. Wade is covering. From the corner. Here's Powell. Blocked. The Heat leading by 5. Goes straight up. The kick out to LeBron. The feed now to Chalmers. Bosch, a screen on Horford. Moves back up. Chalmers' shot is no good. And Steve, more on that stat you said about the Heat. You know, they could suffocate with their D at times. Clark, you saw it firsthand. I mean, this team was terrific on the defensive end.
And, you know, one leads to another. Very often, good defensive teams are also good rebounding teams because rebounding is finishing the defensive possession.
Guarded by Heinrich. Lobs it up there. Well-placed alley pass into the layup. LeBron's now got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, I tell you what, they made the most of that opportunity, guys.
Yeah, he had a path to the basket. You're right, Clark. And Steve, the alley-oop was right on target.
It was, and I like the gentle finish, too, Kevin, because that's not an easy play to catch and lay in the ball.
Now Heinrich looking for his first bucket of the game. Three-pointer. Another 3 for Atlanta.
He might not get a better look than that all game. You have to get closer to him. He's not going to bite you. Get up in him.
And a 2-for-1 opportunity.
Yeah, they got to hurry. Step on the gas here.
Wade outside. And it's Johnson picking him up. Wade outside. LeBron right side. Fires the three. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 6 assists now in the game.
Good idea. Hold on to the ball. Take the last shot of the quarter.
Yep.
Here's Johnson. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the... So as we get rolling here in the fourth, let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Spark. Doris, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Eddie House gets our Sprite Spark Award. His play off the bench has provided a huge lift to his team and really changed the course of this basketball game. You have to love the energy he's provided.
Thank you, Doris. He sure did stir things up for him.
Well, he was an injection of a different kind of energy out there. Got him going in the right direction and really gave him something the starters weren't able to give him.
Well, give him credit. I mean, he was just waiting for his chance, and he took full advantage.
So with LeBron on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Chalmers and Wade are the 1 and the 2. Chris Bosh and Ilgauskas in the middle, and it's Jones in at the small forward.
And last season, remember, Joe Johnson signed that huge contract, over $120 million, and tough to live up to the expectations with that hanging over your shoulders. And Johnson, his numbers were not quite up to par from his previous seasons.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Thinking back to Joe Johnson, hard to live up to that contract. It was so gigantic, no matter who you are, to reach that kind of qualification would be something.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a shame that people know what you make, because a lot of times it's an albatross when you get paid more than perhaps what your status in the game would warrant. And that's unfortunate, because Joe Johnson, while maybe not an elite, perennial all-star Hall of Fame caliber player, is still one of the best scorers that we have in the NBA.
I know as much money as you made when you played, but yeah, that was a big albatross. But yeah.
Right. There are a few more zeros on those checks than when I was playing, Kevin.
And here's Wade. Dishes at the Bosh. Back to Wade. Guarded by Crawford. Wade misses.
Nice job defensively. The rotations were there. They really challenged that shot.
Johnson kicks to Crawford. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist.
Nice kick out after the defense had collapsed on him.
The Heat leading by 4, and the Heat call time here. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. It was a pretty upbeat huddle. He said, "I'll bet they won't take us lightly next time, guys." Clearly, he was aware of their underdog status coming into this basketball game, guys.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Joel Anthony's checked in for Ilgauskas. Haslam comes in for Chris Bosh. And it's LeBron in for James Jones. Now, here's Wade. Tipped away. It's stolen by Smith.
You know, guys, you look at it, 1 turnover in the game, sometimes that can get overlooked, but I think it shows how well he's playing. I mean, he's really making the most of every possession.
And here's what's upcoming now for the Hawks. They host the 76ers after this game, and that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Here's Heinrich. Passes it to Smith. Now Anthony defending. Crawford outside. And Smith with the stuff. Here's Chalmers. LeBron James on the wing. Covered by Smith. Shot clock at 6. Here's Wade. Floats one up, and it's good on the way in.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf. A leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
Now here's Crawford. Kept alive. Fires for 3. Goes up again, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. That's on LeBron James.
Nice time to use that foul to stop the layup.
You know, if you can save just 1 point, that foul was the right move.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Heat with some changes. Chris Bosh is checked in for Joel Anthony. Miller comes in for Dwayne Wade. Eddie House subbed in for Mario Chalmers. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Atlanta. Teague comes in for Kirk Heinrich. Here is House. LeBron James on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. James. It's hauled in by Smith. Smith's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps. And they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
Timeout called, the Heat.
He wants to make a few adjustments out there, and he's running through those with his team right now.
Dwayne Wade's checked in for Miami. Chalmers comes in for Eddie House. Atlanta also making some changes. Al Horford is checked in for the cheerleader. And it's Heinrich in for Jeff Teague. Wasted no time on that one. And the Heat lead by 2.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Here's Heinrich. And the pass to Johnson. Wade is covering. Heinrich passes to Johnson. It's stolen by Wade.
Boy, that's a huge play. A timely steal.
And it's Johnson picking him up. Chalmers against Smith. And Chalmers kicks to LeBron. Kicks to Chalmers. 6 to shoot. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Now it's a 5-point Heat lead.
Another great job of moving the basketball and finding a good shot.
Steve, that's been the theme for them so far. I mean, they've really worked well as a unit together, and the assist totals echo that.
Here is Heinrich. Pass to Johnson. Wade is covering. Shot clock at 6. Here's Williams. It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Neither team having any trouble putting the ball in the basket.
Nope, nada. I mean, we haven't seen much defense either. I mean, both of these teams really locked into trying to outscore each other.
Less than 1 minute left. Now here's LeBron. And it's Horford picking him up. Here's Wade. Connects. Wade against Johnson. The 10-footer. That's good from Horford on the assist by Johnson.
He's just so clutch. Here's a guy you want on your side with the game on the line, Kevin.
26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And he commits the intentional foul. Here's Wade. It's an intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. Wade. 2.
Sinks the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Perfect from the line, and it's a 5-point ball game.
With that trip to the line, he just made it a 2-possession game, Kevin.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're down by 5. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Up with it. Oh, hammered. And he'll go to the line. That's on Dwayne Wade. It's the first that narrows the gap to 4.
2 shots.
Both good from the line that time.
Well, those were some big free throws, but he calmly knocked them down, and it's a one-possession ball game now.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Not a lot of options there. They have to try to extend this game, so good foul.
Yeah, and if they can catch a break, they might still be able to tie this thing up, Steve.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. He's off that time. Second free throw missing. And so here is Atlanta, trailing by 4. Heinrich against LeBron over James. LeBron with some nice D.
I don't like that shot at all, guys.
I'm right with you, Steve. Certainly when you talk about shot selection, that's as poor as it gets.
And so the big win by Miami.